Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda CR-V Sport Touring Hybrid in Steel Night Pearl with a black interior. Steel Night Pearl is one of my favorite exterior colors on the CR-Vs, especially on the Sport Touring with the black accents. We're gonna start with the front fascia. Headlights are full LED, so you can see the LED turn signals are on right now. LED daytime running lights, which are on the outer lights, and then your LED high beam is right in the middle. Your daytime running light is also on the same strip as the turn signals, and there is no fog lights available on the Sport Touring. There's no fog lights available on the CR-V. Now, it's super windy outside right now, so I hope you guys can hear me. It's actually pretty crazy right now. On the Sport Touring, you do have this portion right here that is silver. If you get a Sport or a Sport L, that'll be black. So from a distance, if you want to know which trim level this is, pay attention to this piece right here. If it's silver, only for the Sport Touring. You have some sensors on the front bumper as well, flat black with some gray with some silver, gloss black on the grille. Do have your Honda emblem up front and a big H, and it also houses your radar as well. That's why it looks like there's a glass on it as well. You do have active shutters that will open and close automatically depending on temperature outside and vehicle conditions as well. Coming along on the hood itself, so from the previous CR-V from 22, Honda was trying to give a more roadster type look. So you do have the longer hood, you do have the wider windshield, you have the slimmer A pillars as well, all to give you a more sportier appearance. So coming along to the fenders, you can see you have some clouding right above the wheels, and these rims are unique to the Sport Touring. So this design, and they're 19s. So if you get a Sport or Sport L, they'll only be 18s. When you go up to the Sport Touring, you get these unique 19s, and they are gloss black. The tires are 235 with a 55 wall, and these are Continentals cross contacts. And you can see you do have the wider Honda sensing camera that's been updated from 22, and this is a Sport Touring, so you do have a sensor right there for your automatic windshield wipers. Speaking of the wipers, Honda switched it up and put the nozzles on the wiper itself, so when you spray water, it sprays off the wiper, not off the hood. Let's take a look at the Steel Night Pearl. So this color was available on the Accord Coupe back when Accords had coupes, and was a very beautiful color. You can see it's very blue with some purple in there. Like I said, one of my favorite colors. Show you guys. It's not a sunny day. It's actually pretty overcast, but you can still get an idea of the blue. It looks pretty nice. So on the side mirrors, they are gloss black, and below they are flat black, and you do have an LED turn signal integrated in the side mirrors. And notice that the mirrors are a little bit lower on the door than on the corner, help you with visibility, also help with deflecting through the wind as well too, to be more aerodynamic. Up above, you do get these gloss black roof rails, which are standard on the hybrid. So Sport, Sport L, and Sport Touring will already have roof rails. If you get an LX, an EX, or an EXL, you will have to add the roof rails if you want the crossbars, because you see the crossbars connect right into the roof rails. So you save some money getting the hybrid, and all you have to do is add the crossbars. Non-hybrid, you add this plus the crossbars. Sport Touring also will give you a standard moonroof, no panoramic moonroof. Around the window, it is chrome all around it. Door handles are body colored as well. Your B pillars are flat black. Your rear pillars is also flat black as well. Coming along to the rear, one of my favorite parts of the CR-V, and once you see the rear of a CR-V, you know it's a CR-V. This is just the signature styling with the taillights running up the pillars. You do have a shark fin style antenna that is body colored. Window spoiler that's half body colored, half gloss black. I believe you get a Sport L. This material will be a flat black instead of a gloss black. You do have an LED third brake light. Your wiper is exposed. All-wheel drive sticker lets you know you have all-wheel drive. And this is from the original CR-V. It's a nice touch that they brought this back to the newer CR-Vs. Sport Touring will give you a hands-free access power tailgate, so you can kick underneath the bumper. It'll open and close for you hands-free. The tail lights are a combination, so the brake lights are LED. Turn signals is a traditional bulb, incandescent. Your reverse lights are LED as well. Some people like that, some may not like it. Your license plate light as well is LED. And on the back, the only thing that's chrome is going to be the Honda emblem, CRV with a hybrid badge, and Touring, which is right below the Sport badge that is blacked out. On the lower portion of the bumper, you have more sensors and black, some gray, kind of break up some of that black. And then you do have these exhaust tips. I mean, it look like exhaust tips, but it is a fake exhaust tip on the right side. You see the pipe is all the way in there, and it's not, technically there's no real tip. And on this portion over here, this is not even a real tip at all. There's no exhaust. On the hybrids, there are single exhausts. You can see the exhaust on one side, now on that side. If you get the turbo version, then you get a real dual exhaust, but you don't get these fake looking tips. So Honda did that to give the rear a more sportier look comparing to the non-hybrid. Here's the key for the 25 CRVs. It's the same as 23, 24, and now 25. You have a lock, unlock, you have remote start built in on the fob, you have a power tailgate, and you have a panic button to make the alarm go off, and you do have an emergency key fob inside the key as well. And it's going to be numbered because memory seating is standard on the Sport Touring. Also, you have Honda Link where you can remote start the CRV from your phone as well, and that feature is only on the Sport Touring. If you get a Sport L, a Sport, EXL, no matter, you can get the remote feature only on the Sport Touring, which is cool because no matter where you are, you can start your vehicle, lock it, unlock it. It's a cool feature. I'm working on a video to show you guys what that actually looks like. But since we have the smart key, you do have smart entry. But before we actually get into the CRV, I want to show you guys a window sticker. So this is a 2025. It's gonna be hard to actually get in there. So you guys can see it on the window right there. There we go. 25 CRV hybrid, all-wheel drive, Sport Touring, Steel Night Pearl, black interior. You're looking at 40 city, 34 highway, 37 miles per gallon combined. You do pay more for Steel Night Pearl, which is 455. Destination handling, oh, can you guys see that? I don't think you guys can see that. But destination handling is 1350, and MSRP on this one is 42605. Now, this CRV does have a protection package on it, which will give you wheel locks on all four rims, splash guards, and a cargo tray in the trunk, which is about 443. So that put this one at 43048. But if you buy one at MSRP, it's 42605. Now, let's take a look at the smart entry. So on the door handle, only on the front door handles, you can lock and unlock it with the smart entry. If you go up to an RDX, you get the option to do the rear door handles. But there's like some lines right here. You tap it, lock all the doors. If you put your hand in there, unlock the door. By default, this will only unlock the driver door. If you walk to the passenger side, put your hand in the passenger's door handle, then it'll unlock all four doors. Or you can go into settings and change it where the driver door will unlock all doors as well, but I recommend keep it on just the driver door so the boogeyman don't jump in there with you. Now, this is the black interior. You have two color options on the Sport Touring, and you can either get a gray interior or get a black interior. Now, the orange stitching is unique to the hybrid. So Sport, Sport L, Sport Touring will have the orange stitching. And if you get a gray interior, pretty interesting how they did it. So on the hybrid, this middle piece will be gray, the out piece will be black. But if you get an EXL with gray interior, the whole seat is gray. So pretty interesting. But let's start off with the door card. So up top, you have soft touch. You have slightly, I mean, it's soft, but it's very slightly soft on this portion right here. Where you rest your elbow is soft. You have auto up down for all four windows. That's a nice touch. Power locks, power mirrors. Your memory seat settings are here. So you have driver 1, driver 2 set. And you have some more of this piano black finish here. And I like the unique design. I'm not a big fan of piano black, but it's just a hint of piano black. And you have this material here which feels nice to the hand. Now, down below, you do have some more storage. So you have like a bottle holder and some storage there as well too. You have a speaker down below. Also, blind spot monitoring system is standard on Sport Touring as well. So I have to mention that while we were out there. The driver's seat will be power, and you do have power adjustments. So you have forward, you have back, you have up, you have down. You can tilt this portion right here, up and down. You can move the seat back, forward and back, and then you have lumbar forward, like in and out. On the passenger side, you do have a four-way power adjustment, so forward, back, and then on the back of the seat, forward and back. There's no up and down. That's also something the RDX have that CRV don't have. Now let's jump into the CRV, and with the black interior, it's a lot of black. There you go, welcome to your Honda. Let's turn it on. before I cook in here. Left side of the steering wheel, you're gonna notice you have the air vent over here, more piano black as well. You can open and close the vent. You can open and close your trunk here. You have to hold it. If you push it, nothing's gonna happen. You have to hold it to confirm you wanna pop open your trunk or close your trunk. You have your traction control on and off there. Honda usually have a sea of buttons over here. In the previous Hondas, now everything's been moved from here and put on the screen. And speaking of the screen, you have a half digital, half analog cluster. So the right side is always gonna be a speedometer. The left side, you can customize it and view all types of information. You also have a digital speedometer in the middle as well, and that also shows what mode you're in, how many miles you got, your gas tank, and all your goodies as well. Come along to the steering wheel. It is leather wrapped, feels good to the hand, orange stitched, and you do have some controls left and right. On the left side, you do have next track, previous, volume. This home button controls the screen over here, so you can view different options. You have the scroll wheel that's control the screen over here. You do have voice command. If you hold it, it's Siri. On the right side, you're gonna have some of your cruise control and your Honda sensing features. So cruise on and off, cancel, resume, set, and then you have adaptive cruise control on and off. Well, not on and off, but you adjust the distance. So you have 4 different distance you can set, and lane keep assist is set up here as well too, where it'll keep you centered in your lane. Now behind the steering wheel on your stocks, this is your light stock here. So you have off, auto, parking, and on for your headlights, and you also have auto high beams on and off. On the right side, you have your wiper. So you have off, auto, low, and high. So if you go down once, it's for your auto windshield wipers, and then you have low and high. And then on the top part right here, you have off, intermediate, on. That's for your rear wiper as well. Coming along back on the steering wheel, you do have a heated steering wheel button. It's a late day. I don't know. I cannot talk today, guys. But here's your button for your heated steering wheel, on and off. That's standard on the Sport Touring. I like how you have more piano black right here, and then you have the silver portion right here, which is the same, kind of like the same color as the door handle, which give you like aluminum vibe as well. The steering wheel is manual adjustment, so you pull the lever and then you can move it around, up and down, in and out, just to how you want it. And then also to pop the hood, let me see if I can get down there. You have your hood latch there, and that's pretty much it. Ain't nothing else going on down there as well. Pedals, standard pedals as well. If you hit the home button here, you can view different options. So you have range and fuel, speed and time, audio, phone, navigation, driver attention meter, your all-wheel drive torque distribution. Actually, let me zoom in there for you guys. You have your who got the seatbelts on, maintenance, safety support, and here you can turn off some of your safety features. So you have road departure mitigation, blind spot monitoring, low speed braking control. So if you're driving under, I think 3 miles per hour, you're gonna back into something, or you're going forward, you're gonna hit something, it'll actually automatically brake for you. That way you don't hit the object or the wall or the car, or whatever's going on. Parking sensors on and off is here, and your collision mitigation braking system on and off there as well. You can have nothing, adjust the brightness, you have gauge display. Here you can view what you want to remove from the list. And then, oh, let me get out of there. And then warnings, power flow. Power flow is a cool feature because this is one of the only ways to see the battery's level. They don't have a battery meter or like a status right here. This is the only way you can see how much charge, this is one of the ways you can see how charged your battery is. And also you can see if the engine is charging the battery, the engine's powering the wheels, or is electric motor powering the front wheels, because the rear wheels have a separate motor that operate the rear wheels. That's how the all-wheel drive system works. But you can see exactly what's going on in the power flow. It's a good view. But I'm gonna leave it on range and fuel. I think that's the most popular option that most people actually decide to go with. And you do have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Now, most cars, this is how you shift up and this is how you downshift. On the CRV Hybrid, that's your regenerative braking control. So you have 4 different levels. So I'm actually going to shift down. I'm going down to B mode. So if you see where it says B, there's 3 arrows. So if I hit the minus, 4, and then if I hit the plus, it's going to go down to. So 4, 2, 1, well, 3, 2, and 1. So you can adjust how much regenerative braking the CRV uses, and that's going to be important for some of you enthusiast hybrid customers, where you want to take advantage of going down the hill and charging the battery more, or you want to kind of almost have like a one pedal feel. You can really adjust it, because the more aggressive it is, the more you take your foot off the gas, it'll coast, which you can customize to exactly how you like it, because most hybrids have one adjustment. That's it. Coming along to the touchscreen display. This is Honda's. Now they have this almost in everything. This is their 9-inch touchscreen display, and this guy has physical buttons on the left side. So you have home, back. You do have a physical volume knob, next track, previous track, everything else is touchscreen. So your shortcuts down here is on touchscreen. You have built-in navigation system that's only standard on the Sport Touring. Anything below this won't have a built-in navigation system. You will have to use Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is not a bad thing because that's what everyone uses anyway. No one really uses built-in navigation systems anymore. But you have a phone option, you have your FM over there, you have a Bluetooth, smartphone connections for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and on the Sport Touring it is wireless. On the Sport L is also wireless, so you can plug your phone in to use that feature, or you can use it wirelessly. If you get a Sport, you have to plug your phone in for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and on the Sport you will have a smaller display. You won't have the bigger 9-inch. Here's a power flow, just like I showed you guys on that helper screen. And this is another way you can view your battery's percentage as well too. And it won't give you an actual percentage, you just got to see from these bars. If it's halfway, is it full, is it lower, what's going on as well. What's a cool feature as well. So Sirius XM, standard on the Sport Touring. You have general settings, you have vehicle settings, you have trip computer, you have USB, you have AM, you have system updates. You do have Wi-Fi, hotspot built in on the Sport Touring, which is cool, where it's partnered with AT&T. They give you a free trial, but if you sign up, you can turn your CRV into a hotspot. So if you have iPads and tablets and devices that needs to connect to the internet, you can connect to your CRV. You have clock, and I like clock because you can change this whole thing just for, not just for, but just to a setting like this where you can adjust the wallpaper and kind of customize it. So for example, you have all these ladybugs and water, and you can have it digital too. Is a cool feature, and you can add your own pictures to it as well, but most people don't even do that, to be honest. Going to the third page, you have Honda Link, Smart Shortcuts, and Display Mode. So brightness. Smart Shortcuts is going to show you some of the apps you use mostly, but if you're an Apple CarPlay, Android Auto user, you're not going to care about that. And then Honda Link, remember, you can get remote with the Sport Touring, so it's a lot of features you can use with. There's a lot of features you can use with. There's a lot of features you can use with the remote, and it's actually pretty cool because there's a lot of things that you can actually do. Now, coming below the touchscreen display, you do have your air vents here. So starting from the Civic started with this new design where the vent go across the whole dash and kind of connects, kind of give you like an old school style type of thing. And then you have your hazard button there as well. And right below that, I like this material. It's not gloss black or piano black. You can see the piano black is all the way across the vents, which I'm not a big fan of, but there's a hint of gloss black, not too much. And then you have your HVAC controls here. So you have three settings for your heated seats: high, medium, and low. Same thing for the passenger. There's no ventilated seats available on the CRV. I'm hoping they add that pretty soon, especially on the Sport Touring. Sport Touring should have that, but you do have dual zone climate control. You have your air circulation there, auto climate control there, your different modes, front defrost. You have your fan speeds, on and off for the whole system. You have a heated side mirrors and back glass, AC on and off, and you have sync. So when this is on, you're controlling both sides. Turn this off, this person catch on fire if they wanted to. Below that, you do have USB-A and a USB-C, but if you want to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you have to plug into USB-A. The USB-C is only for charging. You do have a power outlet as well, which is nice. You do have a wireless phone charger, that's standard, and this cubby is huge, so you can put a phone here and put all types of other things over there as well. You do have a traditional shifter that is leather wrapped. The previous CRV hybrid had the push buttons, and everyone complained about it, so I think Honda brought back the lever because of that. And you do have your different drive modes: park, reverse, neutral drive. B is what mode you go into to adjust your regenerative braking on the paddle shifters. I'm gonna put into reverse, show you guys the backup camera. So there's no 360 backup camera or trail watch camera or anything like that on the CRVs, but you do have a multi-angle backup camera. Also, when you're in electric mode, you probably hear the little chime playing. It plays that to warn people you are moving because the hybrids are so quiet. So you do have a wide angle. You have normal, looking straight back. So you see how I can see this Chevy right here? If I go to wide angle, I can see all the way up to this. I don't know what kind of car that is. I think it's the Outback. No, it's a Cruise. The Cruise is right here. That's how wide this camera is, which is nice. And then you have top down, so you can see below the window behind you. And speaking of the window, you can look back, and that's your visibility still at that back window. And I know these windows are a lot smaller than cars from the early 2000s, but things have changed, designs have changed. And then you also have cross traffic on and off. So when you turn this on, it'll alert you if there's a car coming from that way or the car coming from that way, show you arrows and everything. When you turn the wheel, it'll turn your trajectory as well to show you where you're gonna end up as well. And then you can hit this little box right here to make it smaller and have the sensor so you can see how close you are to ending around you. But when you have it in the full screen, it will still beep at you and show you how close you are to something in the rear. If you're more worried about the front, then you can change it to the front, and then you have your brightness control there as well. And you have your drive modes. So you do have 4 different drive modes on the Sport Touring. You have Sport, Normal, Econ, and Snow. I'll put it back to normal. And below that, you do have your cruise. You have a downhill cruise control. You can set this up to 12 miles per hour, which is a cool feature. If you're going down something real steep and you don't want to use your brakes the whole way, you can turn that guy on. Electronic park and brake. Brake hold will hold your brake while you're in drive. This comes in handy when you're dropping someone off or you're in traffic, ATM, drive-through, all that good stuff as well. You have your cup holders here, standard size, and then you have your armrest here where it is soft touch and stitched. And open it up, you do have a little tray here and storage, and that's pretty much it. There's no connections or pluggings or anything like that, but it is pretty deep. And this coin, how about I say coin purse? This coin tray can either go in the front or in the back. You can customize where you put it. Now on the glove box here, it is lockable with the emergency key that's in the fob, and it is damp, so it'll open slowly. It won't just drop down, but it's not lined. But it's the bench style and it's plastic as well. One thing you get in the Sport Touring is the Bose 12-speaker premium audio sound system. It sounds actually really good, especially if you're used to the old CRVs that had the Honda system and that's it. You're really gonna love the Bose system. It sounds pretty good. Coming on to the rear view mirror, you do have auto dimming standard on the Sport Touring, but there is no home link standard. So if you want garage openers, you have to add that as an accessory. So keep that in mind, because a lot of people will assume it comes standard because the last CRV had the home link standard on EXL and up. Now it's not standard on any CRV. You have to add it as an accessory. You do have your LED lighting here, and that's LED throughout the whole cabin. You do have a one-touch power open moonroof, and it will open all the way. No panoramic moonroof available. And then if you push this button straight up, it'll also ventilate on the moonroof as well, just like that. And then forward, we'll close it back up. And you have to manually close the shade though. Sunglass holder there. And then the headliner is black, so it's not gray. I know Honda like to have gray or beige on their headliner, but it's black. And then here's your visor here, and you do have a light. It's not LED, it's a traditional bulb, but at least you get a mirror. So let's take a look at the passenger side. You also get a glass with a mirror as well. So to jump out of here and get into the second row, because that's where your passenger is going to be or your kids. And the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how wide the rear door is open. The CRV's door almost open 90 degrees. Like, look how wide that is. So if you really need to get in and out or have the seats folded down and need to get things in and out, this is a wide opening. A lot of SUVs do not open this wide. On the rear doors, hard touch up here. You get the same type of piano black with this material like the front door. This is all hard touch here though. You can hear it. Where you rest your elbow, soft touch. More piano black around the door handle, and I love the material they use here. You have a tweeter on the door, speaker down there, and you do have storage with another cup holder or a bottle holder in there as well. And the black, I'm about to say black stitching, the orange stitching follows the same as the front seat. And I forgot to tell you, the front seats are perforated in the middle as well. It's also perforated in the middle in the rear seats back here. You can see you have your car seats tethers exposed. You don't got to dig for it or anything like that. Actually like that. And if you are a parent right now, you know how convenient it is just to have the hooks right there. But let's jump in here and close the door up. And this is why you want a CRV over an HRV, because look how much more legroom you have back here sitting behind myself. And there's no mat pocket behind the driver. Honda like to put it behind the driver on bigger SUVs like the Pilots and the Odysseys and Passports and things like that. But you do have one behind the passenger seating, and air vent back here, and it's off. I don't know why it's off. They're trying to cook someone back here. You do have air vents, and then you have two USB-Cs back here as well. Fast charging, it's a nice touch. You do have a cup holders back here with armrest, and it's soft to the touch, which is nice. And you do have LED lighting back here as well. So I'm gonna jump back out of here and show you guys the reclinement for the rear seat. Previous CRV had one adjustment when it comes to reclining the seat. So this is like straight up. You have 8 different adjustments on this newer CRV. You can look how far back you can lay that guy back. And even that one's not even all the way up. You can see how much laid back you can be on the rear seat. So if your passengers want to knock out, they can knock out on road trips as well. Capless fuel filler, so there's no gas cap. When you lock the CRV, it'll lock this door as well. And I'm gonna show you guys the hands-free tailgate access. So you kick underneath there, pull back, it'll beep at you, it'll open. You can also kick to close the tailgate as well. Now, one thing you probably noticed is there's no cargo tray. That's another thing that the previous CRV had standard. Now you have to add that as an accessory. So if that's something you're used to having, make sure you add that, because you may buy this and don't remember to add it because you think it came with it. LED lighting for the cargo lights. You do have a power outlet back here as well. LED back here. You get your subwoofer back here with your Bose sound system. The CRV does have the protection package that gives you the cargo tray, but your CRV would just come with carpet. And these are floor mats that are standard as well. You can add rubber mats through your accessories. And you have some storage on this side, storage on this side. And unlike the gas model, there's no spare tire on the CRV hybrids. So you cannot lift this floor up. So instead, they give you this flat fixed kit under here, and they give you a funnel too. So if you're using a jerry can, you can put this in the gas cap and then pour the jerry can in there. And then if you get a hole in your tire, you can use this to fill the hole up and then inflate your tire. But if you get a blowout, then you're gonna have to call roadside assistance or have someone to help you, or get a tire, because ain't no tire on the Sport Touring. The tailgate is also height adjustable as well too, so you can set to how high you want it to open. Like I said, you can kick, beep at you, and it'll close up for you as well. We made it to the 2025 Honda CRV trim walk, and today we're going to focus on the Sport Touring. Now, if you're familiar with the 23s and the 24s, the trim levels is still the same. Well, technically the 23 didn't have Sport L's yet, but 24, 25, same thing. The only thing that changed is Lunar Silver is no longer a color anymore. It's been replaced with Solar something as well too. It's like a lighter silver versus a darker silver. So the Sport Touring is an upgrade from the Sport L, and it has everything the Sport L have plus these. The Sport L have everything the EXL has plus those, and then the EXL has everything the EX have, and then the EX has everything the LX have. So technically, the Sport Touring has everything, pretty much. So the biggest difference from Sport L Hybrid and Sport Touring Hybrid is going to be the built-in Honda satellite link navigation system. They added a real-time all-wheel drive first here because on a Sport Touring, all-wheel drive is standard. There's no two-wheel drive. Sport L, you can get a two-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive. Sport Touring is only available in all-wheel drive. Honda Link subscription services. This is actually pretty important because I mentioned this in the video. With the Sport Touring have the option where you can use remote start from your phone. So step the key fob on your phone. You can remote start your CRV. You can lock your CRV. You can unlock your CRV. Since I'm talking about Honda Link, I might as well show you guys. So if you look at the other trim levels here, you have basic, link, and remote. That's all part of a Honda Link on the CRVs. And remote is now available on no trim but the Sport Touring. So this is the feature I was talking about. So for example, basic is going to give you roadside assistance, like a better roadside assistance. You know, you run out of gas, all that good stuff. You can see your owner's manual through your app. Link is going to give you like how many miles is on your car, your oil life, any issues with your car. You can receive like oil change and warning lamps and stuff like that to your phone. Send GPS systems, all that good stuff. Remote, which these two are complimentary, so you don't pay for them. But for remote, you do pay for it. But Honda will give you a free trial. So a 3-month free trial, $10 a month, $110 a year after the trial. And this will give you Amazon Alexa built-in, stolen vehicle locator, because there is a GPS in the Sport Touring that you can track your car. You can set speed alerts, so if someone's driving your car and they go over a certain miles, it'll alert you on your phone. If the alarm is going off on your CRV, it'll alert you on your phone. Remote start and stop, so you can get comfy by cooling down and warming up your car ahead of time. You can lock and unlock your CRV from your phone. You can delete everything in your CRV from your phone. You can set a geo fence where if someone is borrowing your CRV and they leave like a certain perimeter that you set, it will alert you on your phone and find my cars or wherever you parked. So this is something that's only on the Sport Touring, and it might be a deal breaker if you're looking at Sport L, but Sport Touring adds this. So back to the trim walk. You have built-in Wi-Fi as well. You have a predictive eco assist. So because the Sport Touring has a built-in GPS, like a navigation system, if you're using that and you put in a destination, it'll pretty much give you a route that's more fuel efficient, which is pretty cool. The Bose premium sound system with 12 speakers and a subwoofer on the Sport Touring. Heated steering wheel, standard Sport Touring. Rain sensing windshield wipers, standard Sport Touring. The hands-free tailgate. And the 19-inch, you can remember, Sport L and Sport will give you 18s. And because you get the 19s, you get different types of tires on the Sport Touring. Let's jump in and actually build one. So, like I said, the lineup is still the same from 24. You have your base model, EX, Sport, EXL, Sport L. Sport Touring is hybrid only. If you want a gas Sport Touring, you cannot. You're going to have to get an EXL. So, gas mileage, you're looking at 40 city, 34 highway, 37 combined. I know I showed you guys this on the sticker. 204 horsepower, and that's matted to a eCVT with sport mode. So let's get out of here. 2-liter, 4-cylinder, that good stuff. One thing I actually don't show on the videos is when you pop the hood on the CRV, there's no more prop rod where you have to open the hood and put the little rod to hold the hood up. Now when you open the hood, it has struts where it will open all the way automatically for you. One day I'll show that to you guys. But let's look at the colors. So plenty of options. You have Canyon River Blue Metallic, Crystal Black Pearl. You have Meteorite Gray Metallic. You have Solar Silver Metallic. So that's what replaced Lunar Silver. Like I said, it's more lighter. You have Platinum White Pearl, which is an upcharge, $455. You have Radiant Red Metallic, which is an upcharge, $455. Steel Night Pearl, which we're reviewing right now, $455 upcharge. And Urban Gray Pearl, which replaced Sonic Gray from the previous CRV as well. Now, if you notice, there's not a lot of options for the gray interior. So if you get black, you can get gray interior. And what I mentioned in the video, this is black on the outside. The gray is gray in the middle, and then the doors are still black. Everything else is still black. It's just the seat is gray. Even in the back here, you have the middle's black, and then the whole. Oh no, yeah, the out part of the seat you can see is still black as well. So if you don't want a full black interior, and then Honda's black interior, it's not really black. If you look at it in person, it's like a charcoal almost. Like it's an interesting black, but it is dark, but it's not that dark. Meteorite Gray also comes in gray interior, and I believe white. Yeah, white also comes in gray interior. Red only comes in black. I know blue comes in black, and Urban Gray comes in black as well. So we're gonna click on Steel Night Pearl, and let's look at the wheel options you have. There aren't no wheel options. That's all you can get from a Honda unless you go aftermarket. Take a look at the packages. So you have all season packages. You have the HPD package, which I did a 24 HPD package, I believe. When I get a 25, I'll show it to you guys. But you can see the wheels, fender flares, this little piece down here, stickers. Typical HPD stuff, protection package and utility package. Now the pricing on here is for the parts by themselves. So what that means is every dealership pricing will be different. Your dealership pricing will be different when you include labor and shipping and installation and whatever they have in their pricing. That will be the difference. So when you go order one or you bought one and you're trying to add accessories, you see that the price is different at the dealership versus this online, because this is only for the part. That's it. There's no labor, none of that included. But let's take a look at the accessories. I like to jump to electronic first. All you can do on the Sport Touring is add an engine block heater. On the interior, you have all season floor mats. Here's your home link right here. So when you add the auto dimming rearview mirror with home link, it replaces this mirror, and actually you can see it's more thinner around the, actually, I think it's bezel-less actually. So So you have a bezel around the normal one. This gives you the home link and it's bezel. I don't know why Honda did this, because on the previous generation, EXL and up, you have home link already. The home link was up here in the roof, so I don't know. I mean, what can you say? Also, the cargo cover. This used to come standard. It doesn't come standard no more in CRV. EX and up used to have this standard. You have to add it. So if you have an older CRV, you're getting these new ones. Don't forget to add that if that's something you love to have. Everything else though, you can customize it to kind of how you want it. The rear passenger window shades, I like that Honda started adding that now. But there's a lot of goodies that you can add. There's only 12 for the interior, and the exterior is gonna give you like bike mount and body side molding and crossbars and stuff like that. And you guys probably hear my son in the background. He's enjoying the walk around as well. Well, this portion of it. You can black everything out, fender flares. You go to HondaCars.com, Honda.com. You come and build your CRV and see all these goodies as well. You add a tent, tailgate spoiler, add a hitch. A lot of different ways you can customize your CRV. So let's jumping into. I already showed you guys the window sticker in the video, but $4,800 is the base price. Steel Night Pearl, premium charge, $1,350. You're looking at $42,605 MSRP. Now, everywhere is different. I've heard people get their pricing under MSRP. Some get invoice, some get under invoice, some pay more than MSRP. Just do what you gotta do, shop around. One thing I didn't mention, and it's pretty weird because usually it'll be right here on this page. I don't know if you guys remember, when I do a 24, it'll tell you about the Honda Pass, where you get the free oil changes and tire rotation and all that good stuff. I know on the pilots, Honda went from 2 years, 24,000 miles, to 1 year, 15,000 miles. And when I was reading what was new for the 25 CRV, besides the color, Honda did mention that also went to 1 year, 15,000 miles on the CRV. I'm assuming for all the 25s, Honda is going back to the 1 year, 15,000 miles, because when they gave you the free 2 year, 24,000 miles, they probably realized how much money they're losing. But I don't know. But yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about the Sport Touring. Would you get this trim level? Would you get this color? Would you get a different color? Do you want gray interior? Would you get a Sport L? Would you get a Sport? Would you even pay this much? Would you pay less? Would you go with something else? Do you own one? Let's talk about it. I love when you guys talk about it among each other and have questions and stuff like that. But the CRV is my #1 seller. It's the #1 vehicle I sell at Honda, and you can't go wrong with it. Overall, get you everything you need. I think, in my opinion, the Sport Touring should have heated back seats and ventilated front seats. That's what I'm saying. People think they should have a panoramic moonroof, but Honda don't really do that. I know we have it on the Pilot right now for the first time. But thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next walk around.